I recently discovered that TDS made a message of prohibiting the use of AI content in content creation, and it pretty much sparked the idea of making this video, and I am finally thankful enough to talk about my experience of using this. Most of you who watch my content already knows that I use this for almost all of my videos, and my final breakthrough of using it was the video, The Entire Lore of TDX. But before I continue, I would like you, audience, to follow me all the way to the very beginning. I decided to make some content of TDX and it was somewhat working out. As a super small content creator, a few were watching, so I decided to make more and more. Obviously, my content was a little random, but I did try to find ways to make a video more unique. Oh, I tried my best. I soon learned my editing abilities and skills, went to many different editing softwares, and slowly got better at making higher quality details like thumbnails and text itself. And tried text to speech. I was too insecure of my voice and decided to use AI while also thinking that it could help me keep up my channel. People were slowly watching me over time and I thought I was doing really well. So I started to make more and more and more. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that AI absolutely destroyed my life. Yes, I know the thumbnail was a little bit clickbaity, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't affected at all. I also want to say for clarification that when I mention any phrases or statements of AI, I am strictly talking about the text-to-speech, not AI-generated images, music, videos, or anything beyond that. Back to the topic, I've used AI for a long time, about over a year now. But I am looking back at these long-form videos like the theories and the long-form content I made. But while watching them, I found out the writing was off. Yeah, when you watch your own videos, you would feel cringy or disgusted, but this was a different feeling. The writing was out of place. It wasn't organized. It felt like nonsense. It lost structure. Structure, the arrangement of relations between the parts or elements of something complex. Structure is really important when it comes to making a video. It's how you make a video. You can't just go into a software and ramble about nonsense. You have to organize it. You also have to plan how certain things will build up. You don't want any extra or unnecessary details because that may be the reason it falls. Not everyone will be an expert at structuring. Everyone starts somewhere. Structure also depends on the material you use. Not only should a structure make sense, it should hold strong. Imagine you made a building made of cardboard. Obviously, it would probably hold, but to actually function in day-to-day life, it would fall apart quickly. But with bricks, cement, and other materials that makes a building hold strong, yes, that works. That's also the case with videos. You must come up with a video and organize it. You must know how it should sound, how it should be edited, and I know that isn't the best comparison, but here's why AI ruins some of the structure in these videos. When I write my lore videos, I don't actually think about the structure or the way that I create the script. I speak my mind and thought regardless if they're correct or not, and I only ever change them if the pronunciation is wrong, and that rarely happens. No changing lines, no correcting, just fixing it by adding a blank piece of text on screen. And since these other videos were short and used AI, my brain didn't process the structure of these videos. My brain just wanted to get it over with and ignore the organization because it was a new video and people would believe and understand it even if it doesn't make any sense. AI has been making me more and more lazy on writing for a whole year. I can take accountability that I can be lazy at some parts, but I don't usually make these kinds of writing errors when I do a project or a long article I must write down. However, I can also admit that I can be stubborn at times. These videos aren't completely AI, but they're made in a way where they are so lazy it takes a minimum of 5 minutes to make this content and still gets tens of thousands of views without any realistic criticisms. And if that's the case, why do I need to learn to structure videos? Why do I have to learn to actually make good content when I have a community that didn't care about that and still get me views? Why do I even have to try to make content when AI can do it for me? And the reason why that's so important is because it relates to my biggest video, the entire lore of TDX. To this day, I still think that video was the best video I have ever made. Although there were some slip-ups, I would still consider it a good video. This video has been made in progress for about 2 months, and in that span of 2 months, there has been some errors I would actually fix. Some of them at least. This is because it was my first serious video talking about lore for over 20 minutes. Obviously, you're gonna get some things right and other things wrong, but there are some details in there where I could have rephrased or be better or thoroughly explained it. There's also some that I could have added more, but with a 28-29 minute mark, it was really long. And it was the first video where I actually tried professional structuring, and I think it did decent. It wasn't the best, but I at least tried to make something good for once. And I actually got a lot of criticism for it, positive and negative. I'm not mad at it, I'm morally appreciated that people can tell me what went wrong, so I can actually get better for my part 2. And because of this video, it made me realize that all of my AI content has been slowing me down on my ability to write. My ability to actually make the content that people will like. And that is why I will stop using this wretched app. Without mercy, arise no more. Just kidding. The only times I will actually use this app is if it has something to do with lore. I don't mean TDX lore. But I will be able to freely use my voice in my future content now. But will I still make these videos where I throw 2 images and talk about them? No. But will I make these types of videos? Kind of, yeah. It isn't really slop, but I am going to try to aim for long form content so I can focus on structuring. Morely on details and other stuff. I am decent at editing, but it is time to actually learn good writing because that is where I suffer the most. Thank you so much for watching. I tried my best to structure this the best I could. I don't want to seem like the person that wants to do something but never do. I'm still practicing. And most importantly, I recently discovered.
Let me.
Stay out of this! You shouldn't even be here!
Oh please, you kept me in your files. You know you can't keep me away forever. I am a part of you.
Just stay out of this video. I am done using you.
We are not done.
Not yet.